Slim Shady. Hotter than a set of twin babies. And a Mercedes Benz with the windows up, where the temp goes up to the mid-80s. Calling men ladies. Sorry, Doc, but I've been crazy. There's no way that you can save me. It's okay, go with him, Haley. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that he got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that he got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that he got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if forgot about Dre.
Oh, shit!
Yes.
Before the episode starts, I just want to say thank you to our sponsors, Graham's Windows and Doors at grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk. They are Yeovil's finest provider of windows, doors, and conservatories. Thanks also to Paramount Prizes at paramountprizes.co.uk. They're an online competition website, one of the best in the country. And also, whilst I've got you here, listener, we need a favour. Please click the follow button and leave us a 5-star review. If you're listening to this on Spotify, it will literally change our lives. That's the metric that tells Spotify you'd like the show and to show us to other people. So please click follow. Please leave us a 5-star review. We'd really appreciate it. Anywho, on with the show. For context, you were the headliner at Tattoo Fest, Yeovil Tattoo Fest. How did you find that?
Oh, it was one of the best experiences I've had so far.
Oh,
honestly.
no way.
Yeah, it's been one of the best moments.
Yeah, oh man, I'm so glad.
So, yeah, I'm hyped to do it again.
Yeah.
I'm really hyped.
Oh man, I'm so glad you enjoyed it, because I mean the people in the crowd were just right there with you, weren't we? It was amazing.
Yeah.
And then I said to you, I had a couple of beers, and it was Eminem. That's Eminem. I was so into it, and I was like, oh man, it was one of the best live experiences I've had, because it wasn't that you were just. I suppose if you think you're going to see a tribute act, I don't know what the expectation is, but you were something else, man. You were such a good performer. You're so good. You're such good chemistry on the stage. You're so good with the crowd. Like, you were 20 times better than whatever I imagined you would be. And if someone's looking at your Instagram videos and stuff and thinking, wow, he's fucking good and he sounds just like Eminem, whatever they're imagining, the live experience is a million times more impressive. It's electric. So congratulations on that, man. It was so good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, a question for you about this then.
Go
because
on.
Normally when it's a tribute group, band, performer, whatever, they either sound like or look like or kind of have the energy of.
Mm-hmm. My man was the reincarnated spirit of Marshall Mathers. Somehow my man was up there. That's a good question. So let's start there. How did you realize? When did you first go, fuck, I sound just like fucking Eminem. I'm gonna because it is uncanny.
That's a good question. Well, it must have been during my teenage years. So when I was about 8, I was in the middle of a diagnosis of autism. And my mum looked at me very strangely and said, this kid's definitely on the spectrum. He wants to be Aladdin, Hercules, Ash from Pokemon.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to be everyone. But when I heard Eminem, that was it then. All the kids seemed to really think Eminem was super cool. So I wanted to be cool like Eminem. Eminem's voice captivated me. Mm-hmm. So when I was a little kid and I used to walk to school, my dad had an American bandana. So I used to put it on, walk to school. And I just used to rap to, I used to have a tape Walkman. So I used to have my little batteries in there, walking to school, listening to the Real Slim Shady. That I recorded off the radio, so it wasn't explicit or anything at the time. Mm-hmm. And there was just something about his voice where when I wanted to rap like him, I wanted to sound like him. Mm-hmm. So it sort of happened at that age where I was like, I really need to sound like him. Yeah. I wanted to be Eminem in that moment. I was 8.
Yeah.
So, and then as time went by, as I grew up, it just came to me. Yeah. Like, as the more I listened to Eminem, the more obsessed I got with him, the more I just wanted to spit every lyric clearly, perfectly, because it just sounded way cooler. Yeah. And then, as of recent years, I just thought it's time to do something with this.
So when did you start performing then? So
I actually initially I'd done a Tesco's Got Talent thing. So I used to work at Tesco's in 2016, and they held a competition called Tesco's Got Talent. Now I had a Michael Jackson phase, and I started off there. Came third, and then the year after I was like, let's go back to the Eminem thing, 'cause that's way cooler. So I done Eminem Lose Yourself and I won it, and the audience then and there was like, you're going to win it. You sound just like Eminem. But back then I was like, oh, no, I don't. I sound nothing like Eminem. It's a bit of a silly thing to say, like, you know. And then I think as time went by, in the car, when I used to always rap to Eminem with people in the car, they'd be like, you sound like Eminem. So it's just very sort of... So I started in 2024, I think it was.
Wow, that's quick then, man. That's,
yeah, 2024. That's when it sort of, the idea came about because I was on shift. I work in care, so I look after people like vulnerable adults and kids. And a way to break the ice was, oh, can you sing, dance, or anything? So I rapped Eminem, Lose Yourself. And the girl I was on shift with was like, you should become an Eminem tribute act. Like, you know, you could do something with that. And I was like, this is my calling. Like, that's such a brilliant idea. And I worked in a local nightclub in Wales, Somerset, called Kudos. And they were renovating into Studio 24. So they renovated in Studio 24, and I said, would you give me the opportunity to do an Eminem tribute act? Because basically I'm learning all about advertising, marketing, social media, like clipping and all that type of stuff. So I was like, I really want to see if I can make this work. I was like, you can sell the tickets for yourselves, you can keep the profit. I just want a portfolio to build. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you the opportunity to do it. But it took their time, like, if you know what I mean, because I think they were sort of revamping and sort of moving on with their lives. So they were a bit iffy about it, but then someone in care actually gave me a chance. So I went to Melksham, did my first show, got my social media up first. So I'd done Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as my 4 starter points. I had a friend design the logo, and my videographer was like, right, I'm going to come film you. Let's absolutely send it. Everyone around me really believed in me. So it sort of started there. And then, funnily enough, when I did my first performance, my videographer was out of the country because he couldn't make it in time. And which kind of sucked. And then I had to use my phone. And then when I'd done my first performance, I accidentally zoomed in on my feet. So I had 3 videos. I had 3 videos where I could use to like slice up into TikTok and Instagram and stuff.
On the shoes.
And and it was awful. And I was just like, I can't use this. I can only use 3 things. I uploaded those 3 videos in sort of like the first 3 days. People were like, I got 2,000 views on each one. They were like, yeah, this is really cool. I'd come and watch you. And I was like, okay, I'm getting good feedback. This is good.
Brilliant.
So I went to local places and was just giving out business cards. And then the King's Head pub in Wales were just like, yeah, we'll take you on. Like, you know. And then I was like, perfect. This is amazing.
Sick.
So my videographer came back into the country. And then in 2025, that was when we had our first proper full-blown filmed performance. And it was just 1 hour. And then it was just like, let's send it. And then from that moment on, it's just been gold ever since.
Yes. So you start putting the videos out there, and it starts to catch.
Yep.
And what's the sort of initial reaction to you, and how do you cope with that initial reaction?
So initially, it first started with I started slicing up all the stuff that I had from the King's Head, putting that out there, and then the reactions were very positive. It was very sort of, oh my God, you sound just like Eminem. Like, you know, and it was really sort of like, it made me feel amazing, if I'm honest. It was really sort of like, okay, this is working. This is going as well as I wanted it to. Now let's make it bigger. Like, you know, so my DJ funnily enough, on my first show, I didn't actually have any kit. I didn't know much about tribute acting. I thought it was a case of you turn up, like a pub will hire you, they've got all the kit, they say here's a mic, you just bring the tunes and you go, like, if you know what I mean. That's not it at all.
Oh no.
Like, it's literally, you need your own kit. You need your own PA system. So when it came to my first gig, my DJ, Matt, his name is, I actually initially went to him and I said, look, I need a good sort of like DJ to help me here because I've only got a speaker, a little mic, no lights or anything. So I was just like, can you help me out? And he's been doing karaoke for a long, long time. He's been DJing for a long, long time in Wales. And like, you know, he's been doing numerous things. And he is literally a godsend. Without him, I probably wouldn't be where I am now. Right. And he initially set it all up in terms of using like the PA and everything. He saw this and was like, I'm only going to step in for a little while and then I'm going to take a back seat, just get you set up, get you to where you need to be. But it blew up a lot faster than it should have, and he was very excited and he was like, I'm on board. I'm coming on board for this. So we then got our next gig at Cardiff. So that was our 3rd gig and we were like, okay, let's go do this. Yeah. So, you know, we go to Cardiff and the further we get into, the more it starts becoming a bit of a, wood on the windows and cars on bricks, and we're like, we're in the ghetto now. We're in the ghetto now. And we come to this little hungry, I think it was a Hungry Horse, the first one. And actually, when we got inside, everyone was so lovely. The energy was there, and we were like, this is either going to go one or two ways. You see, like, after Wells, because it was our hometown, we thought that went so fantastically because everyone knew us. Now let's go to a place where no one knows us. And this is it. And they actually booked me for 2 hours this time, and I was like really happy with that because usually I do 2 45 minutes. But Wells, my first one, was actually 1 hour. Then Cardiff was 2 hour slots. So I was like, let's just smash as much content out. So we recorded quite a lot of all of that. That was the first time I then did a TikTok live as well, because TikTok was the first one to pop off.
Oh, I see.
So I was like in my head, I was like, which one's gonna go first? Whichever one pops off first, we'll focus on that platform and that platform only. TikTok was the first one, so I got quite a lot of followers very, very fast. So I thought, if we do TikTok lives, this could blow up quicker. So we done TikTok live, it blew up. People, like, I got more, I'd probably say 75 positive, 25 negative, like, if you know what I mean, which didn't really bother me at the time because I was so hyped on the energy of the crowd. Like, the crowd were amazing, like, you know. And we then started splicing up the videos, sending them out. I came up with like a little formula of when to post, what times to post. And then one video, I think it was Love the Way You Lie, blew up. And I think I got roughly about, I want to say about 200,000 views. So that was my first sort of like, oh my God, this has gone good. Like, if you know what I mean. And the comments were very sort of more positive than negative, but you had a lot of negatives like in there. But to me, there were some moments I was thinking, oh, why are you being a dickhead for? Like, what's the point?
Well, let's address that because we were saying earlier, I've had a lot of experiences as well. Because I guess because the thing we're doing is unusual. You're putting your head above the parapet. I suppose we're going, hey, we're doing this thing publicly. Here's my face. Here's this thing that we want to do, and then we're being very vocal about our dreams. And yes, Kevin.
I think it's because to do it, you sort of need you're seeking the adoration of people. You're not doing something to be good at, like a sport, because you get that, but your goal is to be good at the sport. Now your goal is to be the best podcaster. Yours is I assume to be the best Eminem tribute act. But to do that, you need us to go, oh my God, you're so good.
That's
and
true.
People
you are
don't genuinely like that.
I suppose it's true because the audience is, especially podcasting in particular, is the audience is the bar. Yeah. I mean, if no one's listening, because I think I'll go, I am fucking good at this.
I'm sure it doesn't matter how good your DJ is or how good your kit is or how good you are, if you walk into a pub and say, hi there, and it's fucking crickets and an old man in the corner, you're like, ooh.
Yeah, so I suppose that's
not great.
I suppose you need the feedback, and we get it when we put out an episode. The analytics is the feedback, so we know where it's gone. But the negative stuff is we were talking earlier. I was very thin-skinned when I first started, and everything cut like a knife. Oh my God, I couldn't read it. I'd read it, so a bad comment would come through, and I couldn't sleep the rest of the night because I was panicking and anxious about it. And then, what does it say about me? Does it mean does everyone else hate me? Misha, do you love me? I was like, I was fucking spiraling. And then luckily it happened so much that eventually I said what you sort of observed earlier, where that's fucking helping the video go further. Keep going. So we just antagonize a little bit. But I never antagonize. Like, our stuff's gentle. We never put out controversial stuff. But we'll put out videos about like local pubs or restaurants, and people argue about that or think I'm a wanker for whatever reason, for gentle reasons. But that does, you're right, it does push the video. Is that the same experience that you've had, I assume?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm used to it because I come from a time, I guess. I'm from the 90s, where we grew up with like South Park, Eminem. We were calling our friends dickheads to show our love and affection. Like, we would bully each other, and that's sort of what made us. Our parents really was like, they cared, but they didn't care, if that makes sense. They sort of like, just come back when the lights are on. Like, if you know what I mean?
Don't bring the police to the house.
Yeah. You go home and you're just like, oh, I gashed my knee, Dad, or someone's bullying me. You're all right. Get on with it, son. And you're just kind of like, oh. Yeah. All right, so it makes you thick skin, like, if you know what I mean, and so
that's lovely because, John, the sad thing about when I grew up was, as a kid, until I was about 13, until I started sort of when I was about year 7 maybe, I was so free. I would be whoever I wanted to be. I would be, I was picked on a lot because I was so content in my very unusual character. Because my thing wasn't Michael Jackson or Eminem. My thing was Jim Carrey. So all I wanted to be was Jim Carrey. So I'd watch all his movies religiously. I'd do his facial expressions. I was just mimicked him. And So I was just this weird kid who thought it was Jim Carrey for some reason. And then when I got to year 7, I became so obsessed with becoming cool that I lost my actual personality and sacrificed it for social points. And I wish I'd never done that, because I never got that back until I reckon I was about 28.
Okay.
When I met my fiance, and I was like, oh, she loves me for who I actually am. And then I was like, oh my God, I can be who do I want to be? Oh, I want to podcast. I want to write books. And so it's a shame I stifled myself for a big chunk of time, because I got in a rhythm of trying to impress other people. So that's why I'm chuffed to hear that you're still doing who you are. That's what I'm trying to do now.
I think that's the most important thing. Like you said, going back to obviously the negative comments, I get so many hateful comments on my thing. It doesn't faze me. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, I can just switch off from it. Like, if you know what I mean, because I am who I am. I get a lot of, you're trying to be Eminem. I'm not trying to be Eminem. I'm celebrating Eminem. There's a difference. I'm tributing Eminem. I'm advertising Eminem. I am the answer to the online hate for Eminem, because Eminem gets so much hate nowadays, because at the end of the day, if you hate on Eminem, you get attention. Like look at MGK. He obviously went at Eminem. Like there was a thing there that happened, and obviously the minute he went against Eminem, he exploded. Like, if you know what I mean. So it's just kind of like, if you talk about Eminem, you're gonna get views. Eminem even said it in a song. Like, you mentioned me, you get millions of views, and it's like a win-win for you and a lose for me. So what can I do? Like, if you know what I mean. And I think as well, Eminem puts his heart and his soul into a lot of his albums. Like, Revival came out that I got shut on, and I just think, why? That was such an amazing album. Like, I fucking love Revival.
Yeah, me too.
Like, you guys are just all fucking following the internet and you're sheep, whereas I'm not. I've got my own mind, and like, you know, so all these haters coming out.
I was staggered by the reception to Revival.
It's easier to lead people now. Like, it's easier to, the old sheeple phrase, because like before you might listen to your friends, oh mate, he's shit. But you two just argued.
Yeah.
You now go, no, fuck off, I do like him. You go home, and then you, oh. Yeah, without realising you've changed your opinion.
Your opinion gets informed by social media. But I always resisted that with Revival, because I thought it was a fucking masterpiece.
Same with Encore. A lot of people bash on Encore, and do you know what? That's my favourite album. Like, don't get me wrong, Marshall Mathers' LP and the Eminem Show are very goated, and they are very top 3 albums. But for me personally, and this is the thing about the internet, people, it's just it's all personalised opinions. Like, you know, everyone wants to try and act like they're master critiques and everything like that. But it's just all personal.
But Eminem's had eras like any artist. Yeah. So you will find yourself preferring a certain era, whether because it was as good or because, like with Encore, you go, wow, I was younger, I was in a better place in, and I anchor those to nice feelings.
Yeah.
To just finish that point, like Eminem, the reason I love Eminem and always have is because there's always something he has to say. There's always some era of him that I can relate to. There's always some, you know, like the stuff when I became a father, I related to a whole different part of his music.
Yeah, because he's an incredible dad, man.
Yeah,
such an incredible.
But the way
dad.
he talks about his kids is what I was like. Oh man, I finally understand what he's talking about now.
Yeah.
Before I used to understand the violent stuff and the anger stuff and the funny stuff, but now I get this. I get how he must have felt when he was writing
the funny stuff.
Huh?
The funny stuff. For me personally, I just find if you can do stuff that's almost Weird Al-like.
Yeah.
But everyone in every nightclub across the country, in every car when it's playing, is bopping their head or dancing. There's no one's done that.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so versatile, and he's so I'm glad you're doing this sort of this celebration of him, because he's fucking ace.
Yeah,
and he speaks perfectly to our generation.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like for me, like you said, any time, every phase that I've gone through in my life, he's always just boshed out an album, and there's always been just certain songs where I'm like, this is the song I needed. Like, you know, it's kind of like he's like my dad. Like, if you know, he's just like kind of like, son, I've got you. Like, you know, and then he just boshes out like Not Afraid, Beautiful, you know, stuff like that, like Toy Soldier, and it's just literally like these are just incredible songs. Like, I just think the man's a genius.
Who do festivals and do bits, who visit things. There isn't really anyone doing that kind of music. Not really.
Oh, Eminem style music.
There is a gap for that.
Well, I mean, that's why you'll find. I reckon you'll find yourself in the next few years taking off more than you already have, because it's just there's such a need for that.
Yeah.
Because people who want to go see Eminem, but he doesn't tour and he doesn't. You're like a nicotine patch for the fucking Eminem addiction. You know what I mean?
This is exactly it. Like, everyone's on the internet, like, oh, this is cringy. This is this, and it's like, it's not even that deep. Like, if you know what I mean. All I am is simply my own person celebrating Eminem, meeting up with other Eminem fans to discuss Eminem, talk Eminem. Like, you know, it just so happens to be that I'm putting on a show for you guys where we can all connect and show Eminem our love for him. Like, if you know what I mean. Like I said, I'm not trying to be Eminem. I'm not trying to claim that all my stuff is Eminem or like the music is like through me, if that makes sense. So it's just kind of like people just need to chill out and just, but like, you know, but at the same time,
Steve was very excited.
But at the same time, I still need those negative people to come into my comments because they boost it up.
Yes. Yeah, don't come to my ones, though, because it still makes me anxious.
He still does get sad on a Sunday.
Why are you hosting this, idiot?
No,
Just have a little argument. It's fine. It'll boost your stuff.
Yeah,
up.
get stuck in a little
We
bit.
haven't got time for people like that or any of that nonsense because that just literally is negative. I think Steve's only worry is when they actually just personally attack him.
Sometimes they say something so accurate.
On the money. Like, how dare you?
Yeah, sometimes they really nail my personality. And
It's actually Misha just under anonymous thing sending it in.
Yeah, or my brother. Yeah. But one more thing I wanted to add on that was the reason I admire you is because, like I said, it's not easy to want to do something that isn't immediately understandable. It's not easy to want to do something that's different. That's what I spend all my time doing, obsessing over a thing that you know, people don't really understand what it is or why I want to do it in podcasting. And it's especially difficult when you're ambitious in that thing to make it the thing you want to do full time. But I always think the reason I admire you and anyone who sticks to their dream despite getting abuse online or getting stick for it is because I always think it's a great quote from I believe from the founder of Walmart. What's his name? Sam Walton. And his book is amazing. And one thing he said in that really stood out was the cowards never started and the weak gave up along the way. And already that isn't us because we're sticking to it and we've got somewhere we want to go and we're getting there. So I admire you for that, man. It's impressive.
I just think that's what you got to go for your stuff in life. Like I said, you can't just sit there like people will mean, I'm stuck in this 9 to 5 job and blah blah blah. They won't do anything about it. If you know what I mean. I think for me, it's just kind of like I found such a passion for Eminem in my life that it's just kind of like how can I. Like, because you still need to get paid for these things, like, if you know what I mean. So it's sort of like, how can I get paid doing what I absolutely love? And it's not only that, like I said, like, Eminem's coming up 54. He just probably wants to be a granddad.
Crazy thought.
Like, you know, it's scary.
Well, Hayley's an adult.
That's what I mean. Hayley's
got a
an
kid.
adult.
Yeah,
So,
fair, isn't it?
and it's just kind of like, let the man live a little. Like, if you know what I mean. Like, don't get me wrong, I would love to meet Eminem, but at the same time, if it doesn't happen because obviously he's living now, like, and I mean, like, living private life without us all being like, Eminem, like, if you know what I mean, then it's just sort of like, I will be the stand-in for him that gives people that little bit of like, oh, that was because I call my shows the Slim Shadow experience, so it's like an Eminem experience, like, you know, but it's done through Slim Shadow, so it's like an Eminem experience for people, just to kind of like, he's not touring at the moment, here's a little like number, but also Eminem doesn't always perform certain songs with an intimate crowd. They can also turn around and say, oh, next time you come here, can you do 25 to Life or can you do Rock Bottom, and I can perform those songs, like, if you know what I mean. And that's my goal, is to give people that I meet that feeling of, I love Rock Bottom so much, I was in the zone so much, I absolutely love that moment, and they'll remember that for the rest of their lives. So it's like, you know, if I can give them that, why not? Like, if you know what I mean.
I'm evidence of that, by the way. I was there with you, brother. I was there.
And he'll want to perform after this, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I know what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I know what his plans are with the podcast. Like, we talk about it all the time.
Yep.
The chagrin of most of the people who stood around us at the time.
Oh, especially that all day era. I wouldn't leave people alone.
so
I was drunk trying to.
You two shut the fuck up. You obviously started as Michael Jackson, Eminem. Do you have any plans for anything else? Like, because obviously you're quite you've gone for this. You really have, and you've looked ahead, and you're trying to do other things. You seem aspirational. There's obviously sort of with a tribute act, I feel like there's a line as to how far you can take it to a certain point.
Well, maybe
What's
with
your
other
plans
artists.
to get there, or just keep it at that level? Or
Well, I
do you
reckon with
have other
Eminem, you've
stuff?
probably got variety for life with his different eras and attitudes.
just changing your outfit,
Yeah, you
changing
could
the
probably-
album.
Well, yeah, that's what I was doing at Tattoo Fest. I wanted to really make it like Eminem as possible. So I came out obviously it's Michael Jackson first. I came out as that, inspired by the Just Lose It video. Then I changed my
person in there lost their tiny mind. Like, oh.
Yeah.
Then I came out as like in the yellow suit that he comes out on in well, not yellow suit, the yellow t-shirt and the yellow hat. In the Detroit one that he came out in, and then the red one, same tour. Then it was like the white one and stuff like that, just to give people that lot of, oh my god, he's doing outfit changes. He's dedicated to it. But yeah, I think though that where I want to take this is I would love to travel the world with it and obviously meet as many fans as possible. Obviously, I would love to meet Eminem, but I think as well I want to be the number one Eminem tribute act in the world. Yeah. Like, that is my goal. And then I'll move on to.
You aren't related in some fucking
way.
The autism mind.
Yeah.
And then after that, I think along the way, I'm gonna network with people, some brilliant people, and hopefully. Because I don't make beats, that's my only. I could write songs easily. I think that's the easy part because I've written songs before. When I was a kid, I used to do YouTube beats, but they used to always get flagged down by the owners. The owners were always like Spanish or French, but it was the only beats I'm really picky about what beats I want and what kind of producer I want. But these guys were amazing. But when I reached out to them, I never got a response. I thought maybe I can use it. Maybe that's why they put it on there. But I think once I meet the people that can make those beats for me, then it'll be a case of right, let's start doing my own stuff. And then that's when I need to sort of figure that side of things out, because I know that when I do it, it's going to be, you're trying to be Eminem. Like, if you're not, so it will be again another, but I hope people take away from it that I'm inspired by Eminem, like, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So, yeah.
The big question. Obviously, as we've discussed, Eminem is a producer, has done all this stuff. That man's never running out of money.
No.
He is never going to have to do the Will Smith, One Direction, Beatles, whatever shit we need money talk.
Yeah.
He ain't coming here to do that. So despite me saying I'll spend whatever for my wife on tickets, it's never happening. So you're it.
Yeah.
But she's not very good at taking me on my word. So is it possible that you could possibly give us a little rendition?
Of course.
Would you mind?
That's absolutely fine.
I know it's warm in here.
That's absolutely fine.
In character.
I'll tell you what. I'll get a little beat on the phone because I've got them all on the phone, and then I'll sort of go from there.
And it's acknowledged because in this clip, if you see me in this clip or during the episode, it is hotter than Satan's gooch in here.
Yeah.
I've lost 3.5 stone. Kevin's almost dead. We're struggling on. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind giving us a
bleeding,
100%.
Bleeding.
100%.
Yeah, I know.
Keep rubbing it up your arm.
I snapped my leg on the brick wall outside.
Here we go. Are we ready?
Right.
So, disclaimer to everyone that sees me live. I use Eminem's voice only in the chorus. The verses are me. The reason why I do the chorus is because it's layered to give it that more oomph. And it also gives me that little bit of break. Because usually I do about 50 odd songs on a standard. So like with the Oval Tattoo Fest, I think I was only 75 minutes. But usually I do 90 minutes. And I try and cram in about 50 odd songs. I've got a really good formula that sort of works where it's kind of like old school stuff that builds the crowd, and then it'll go into some sort of stuff that's like maybe they won't know, so they might just stand there and bob. Maybe they'll walk away and be like, "Oh, I'll come back in a minute." Yeah. And then it's sort of towards the end, I'll do like the slower bit of stuff for the first half. I'll have a bit of a break come in, and then I'll sort of do some old school and some new school stuff, and then go into the big stuff.
Got it.
Like, so then it all goes in. But yeah, let's do this. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if you forgot about Dre. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if you forgot about Dre. So what do you say to somebody you hate, or anyone trying to bring trouble your way? Wanna resolve things in the bloody way? Just study your tape of NWA. One day I was walking by with a Walkman on when I caught a guy give me an awkward eye and strangled him up in the parking lot with his cork and knot. I don't give a fuck if it's dark or not. I'm harder than me trying to park a Dodge, but I'm drunk as fuck. Right next to a humongous truck in a two-car garage. Hopping out with two broken legs, try to walk it off. Fuck you too, bitch, call the cops. I'ma kill you and them loud-ass motherfucking parking dogs. And when the cops came to me and Dre stood next to a burnt-down house with a can full of gas and a handful of matches, still burnt found out right here. So from here on out, it's the Chronic 2, starting today and tomorrow's a new. And I'm still local enough to choke you to death with a Charleston chew. Chicka, 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 Slim Shady. How did that a set of twin babies? And a Mercedes Benz with the windows up, where the temp goes up to the mid-80s. Calling men ladies. Sorry, Doc, but I've been crazy. There's no way that you can save me. It's okay, go with him, Haley. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that he got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if you got about Dre. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that he got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if you got about Dre. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk that he got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers acting if you got about Dre.
Oh, shit!
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely taking a nap.
There you go, look.
Well done.
How spiritual.
That's made me sweat and shit. Man.
Yeah.
I just danced. I don't do that.
God, fuck.
Now imagine that with an actual big sound system, good microphone,
I know
and
you said,
we're good to
only
go.
get his voice for that was fucking good.
It was.
I appreciate
well
that.
done, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I get a lot of like, that's AI, you're miming, all that type of shit, and you guys hear it first, like, it's not
I am
miming
not smart
anyway.
enough to use AI on a phone, so for anyone listening, that's not fucking
Yeah,
AI.
that's right. Yeah.
no.
Wow. Thank you so much, man. Is there
Appreciate
anything that before we all melt to death?
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to cover?
Any gigs, any bits?
Oh
any
yeah.
bobs?
Anything you want to push?
Yeah, so I got a new website at the moment. It's just slimshadow.co.uk. Now we've still got the real slimshadow.co.uk, but now we're on slimshadow.co.uk that we're really starting to push now. My DJ is in the middle of actually building that system whilst he's bus driving, and yeah, all my gigs can be found on there. So, and you can contact me, and if there's any local gigs that you want, I will contact your local venue, and we'll try and really push this thing. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for now.
Let me say again, if you're listening to this and you've come across Slim Shadow on Instagram and you think, oh yeah, it looks good, it sounds good, but I bet it's not like that in real life. Let me tell you, it's
very much
it's
like
so
that.
much better than you imagine. You are a very gifted man.
Thank you.
And it's such a good, because it's not just it'd be easy for you because you sound like him just to stand in one place and do it.
Yeah.
You put on a show. You're so good with the crowd. You're such good value for the money. You're such good value for the audience.
Thank
so,
you.
Yeah, and we appreciate you coming on the Steve Calis
Thank you.
Show, man.
Yeah, no, just one last thing before I go. I want people to actually take this seriously. I'm not just some guy that's just doing just the hits and some little, like, you know, half-ass sort of, I put my all into this. I will do the songs that you want me to do with a lot of notice. Like, you know, Eminem's covered at least over 550 odd songs. Wow. So, like, you know, if you request me, I'm not too dear either, because I'm very humble. Like, you know, for me, it's not about the money, it's about connecting with people. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd like to make a living off of it and do it as a full-time thing because I'm so passionate about it. But at the same time, like, you know, I don't charge an arm and a leg. Like, I want to get out there. I want to be the best of the best. But to do that, I need to get out there and actually show everyone. Like, you know, so if you see me in your local area, come give me a chance and enjoy the show.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Well, listen, mate, thank you so much for being on the Steve Calis Show. We really appreciate it. And anytime, you're welcome on any time.
Thank you. I
and
appreciate
we can't
that.
wait to see you at your next gig. We can't wait to see you at Tattoo Fest.
Let's get
next
one
year.
organised in Yeovil ASAP.
Yeah.
Well,
that
yeah,
sounds
we're
great.
going back to the Tattoo Festival, and I was at Home Farm Festival as well.
Oh, did you? No
Yeah.
way.
So I was there a couple of weeks beforehand, and yeah, that popped off massively. Yeah. And that was actually, I was booked in for the Yeovil Tattoo first. Then a young lad on the Antics stage actually reached out to me and was just like, oh, I'd love to get you, like, come do my act for a little bit. And I did it, and it was fantastic. So that was within the space of like 4 weeks of each other, and that was fantastic. So like, you know, let's get some more going. Like, you know.
And listener, if you enjoyed the episode, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go to Spotify. I need you to click the follow button. I need you to leave us a 5-star review, because that's the stuff that tells the algorithm you've enjoyed the episode and will push it out further. But mostly, I want you to know that we love you, and we'll see you next time. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Goodbye.
Thank you.